All right, here we go. Hello, welcome back to Netrosis Modern. Specifically,
Hi,
Tim.
Tim.
Tim, specifically. We're very happy that you watch. If you are not named Tim and you're watching, make sure you comment.
And we'll include your name in the next broadcast.
Exactly. So, hello, Curtis. Considering he's commented on one of the videos before. Last time, the group was in the Amethyst Glade. They had woken up, they were eating breakfast, and Aaron Aunt was about to tell them a story about the dragon god. And then there was loud noises. Some stuff went down to the north, and they found out that there is an abandoned mine that something escaped out of and attacked some of the scouts for the glade. And the scouts asked if the adventurers could go check it out because that's kind of their job. And they did. They went in, and it's just lots of destruction and dead bodies. They explored, I think, 3 of the 4 rooms of the main area, seeing that something essentially escaped from the lab portion where they were, the company. By the way, I have that name finally. It is not Umbrella, for the record, or any synonym of Umbrella, for the record. You're muted.
I was going to say, it's Rain Shield.
Rain Shield! Good old Rain Shield! The company is Dion, although I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. It's Dion, but it's got the fancy little chukka above the I.
It sounds proper to me.
So it has a name, and their logo is actually the Celtic knot. Okay. And they found out that Dion was synthesizing the Alcar minerals or ore, whatever you want to call it, from that black goop that comes out of monsters in dungeons. You also found out that there is a adamantium door with runes all on it, stuck in a wall that is a permanent portal that allows essentially whenever it allows them to generate dungeons using that doorway. So the group went into the dungeon. They fought, I think, two ogres thus far. And lots of dead bodies. Just exploring. Established that I'm not going to throw traps at the group because it will just slow down the game. And then Curtis had to give me shit because
Calvin's nicer than Salem.
Yeah. And I'm nicer than Curtis because I at least tell you that I'm not going to throw a trap at you. Whereas Curtis decided to give me shit because we spent like 45 minutes figuring there was going to be a trap, and then there technically was a trap. It just, activated and animated tons of things. So my paranoia was justified. So I'm technically right, which everybody knows is the best kind of right. So the group killed 2 ogres. Azrin was able to find a secret area that had a bunch of loot. So the group has a bunch more loot because this dungeon that was generated from a website actually gives loot because it's better than me. And yeah, so that's kind of where they left off. The people watching from home can see where the group have explored. Technically so the group. And I said hi because I'm very funny. And that's where we left off. Callie is going to be better performed this week because the player is actually here. I mean, while Salem was as been established, while Salem was gone, the efficiency of the group when I play characters goes up, but the actual RP potential goes down. So, so that's an update for what happened last game.
I forgot that that I have magical powers and just kept clicking with my crossbow.
I didn't want to use I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
know.
use your use your resources with because it's your character. I'm not going to play it the same way you do, so I don't want to waste resources that you would.
We're 10 steps into the dungeon. Salem's character casts all their high level spells.
Oh, the spells! Attacking that treasure chest because it's obviously a mimic.
Gold everywhere.
Right.
Oops.
It's like the treasure goblins in Diablo 3. I win, right? Salem, who doesn't even wear glasses.
Yeah.
Hold on, oh yeah. I just don't wear mine when I'm at home generally, because I'm this far from the fucking I'm this far from the monitor. Like I don't need. All right, so what is our group of intrepid travelers going to do now?
Seems we've exhausted this area for all the fun and exciting things to do. Let's find another place to go do fun and exciting things.
There was another town somewhere, was there not?
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after entering.
There's a couple. On our way back to the main entrance, there's one more place we haven't gone.
Yep.
We should check that before we leave.
Okay, I was just making sure this wasn't one of my outsider characters that should have had perfect recall of the area we went through. Yes, we may as well clear out everything.
Well, I mean, it is
That's of goo to take off.
it is a dungeon, so it's you do know that you have to kill the dungeon core for the dungeon to actually disappear anyway. Otherwise, the dungeon will keep growing, which is why it's important to kill it when it's early. All right, so what's going to be the party order? I mean, yeah, you're going to be up here in this hallway.
Look how beautiful that marching order is.
Yeah, I was even trying to think like that seems pretty reasonable to me actually.
Considering there was zero coordination whatsoever.
And the squishier
none.
characters are in the middle, and like
Bella's not paying attention and staying in the back because she's kind of upset the ogre didn't want to talk.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say, Vela, you gotta be in the middle. I gotta babysit you a little bit better.
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
Fair.
Ushina, where did you get this this patch badge on your shirt? The V Wrangler? What does this mean?
Oh, I just woke up and it was there one day.
Right. Just opens. It's like a gym badge, like for Pokemon.
It's just you know how people used to draw like stick figures when they'd kill somebody, drop fly in a jet or something. It's just like all the different things that have tried to kill Vela, and just like a checklist on the inside of my coat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of them succeeded.
Yeah, there's one that's like red and kind of like it says "ignore this" in tiny letters.
You woke up one morning, the patch was there. Draziel was standing over you. It was just like, "It's on you, buddy."
Hey now, don't try to impersonate my voice. It's offensive. It's very unique. Okay.
What are you, an anti-kobold? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it. Sounds like you are.
Suppose we'll start there and peek our head around the corner.
Here, I'll help.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Holy shit. Do that more.
It's like a moving sidewalk, but
It's a conveyor belt.
I guess that's technically more accurate.
This is very useful. Conserves energy.
Did you make this just now, Vegeta?
Yes, that's it.
All right, so who's poking their head around?
The
Sable.
bear.
Definitely not Bella.
Can you see through Sable's eyes?
Sable can communicate what's there.
Okay.
Oh, I
Not
could
like say it, but can be like,
1 second, because it actually can tell us. I summon Ember at the intersection.
Okay.
This is a witch is familiar. Ember has a 10 intelligence and can speak and communicate in all the languages that I know.
All right, you're gonna check. Roll a stealth check.
Ooh, not great at that. I don't know what Embers would be, but
Well, it'd be whatever form.
yeah, because I usually summon them as a fox. I
Oh.
have no idea in D&D terms, but that's just my stealth as Callie. But either way, a 5 probably doesn't get it. So
So as Ember's sticking their head around the corner, we like, you hear, initiative.
oh shit!
Oh shit! Did I forget to I think I forgot to.
You said it overwrites anyway, right?
I don't think it does.
Does.
Damn.
Okay.
Mine didn't go to the scoreboard. It was a nat 20.
Yeah, it didn't.
Although I guess you could just change the one that's there. So it's gonna have to change it. Yeah, it looks like Mujina's overwrote. So
yeah,
did you.
and yeah, the original one. You also got a 21, right?
Yes.
12. Bella, it did not overwrite Bella's.
I think I just got the same roll because I did roll for it.
No, because it was an 18. You had an 8 last time.
I see a 13 now.
Also, Sable doesn't have an initiative. Yeah, I know. I changed it. I fixed it. I made it better.
Oh.
I made it Beber. Beber. Okay. Let's see if it wants to do this. Oh, that's why. Okay. I wasn't actually in select mode. I was still in. Yeah! Don't fuck with zombies.
-1 initiative.
-2. Because to get a -1, you have to have rolled a 1. You can't roll a 0 on a d20.
Impressive.
Okay. He should still be selected. 17. Cha-cha. Okay. All right. It's gonna be. Nope, wrong direction. All right. That's convenient because Callie knows what's going on and nobody else does. So go ahead, Callie.
Yeah. So this giant thing with a club up ahead. I'm gonna get the first shot off. So I'll sidestepping around. If Azrin lets me by, I assume. I'm basically just gonna lean around and be like, pardon me.
Pardon?
And try with the short bow. Whatever 16 is in French, because I forgot.
Wow. See, that's also why I couldn't play your character effectively. As we've established, I only know 2 languages. No, that misses entirely because that is twice its armor class.
Okay, so
It hits,
definitely not 7 piercing.
It hits too well. I will not allow it. All right.
Your aim was so good, it just like goes between his atoms and does no damage.
Right, exactly. Like, well, I mean, it's a zombie, so like you shoot it like center mass, but it goes through like its rib cage where there's actually no meat, so it just goes through it entirely.
Not just merci and step back to where I was.
Okay. All right, Regina.
This is tough because I'm too far away to do anything.
Yeah, you are. You're the one who wanted to be in the back.
Look, somebody's got to keep Vela safe.
And it's not going to be Vela.
It's not going to be. It's certainly not going to be Vela.
As we established, she should be learning by now.
Good does not mean is.
I cannot prioritize my animal's move before my own.
No, I think it says specifically that it goes after you.
Can you hold an action that's a move?
Yeah.
And you can move through, as a small, you can move through ally squares without a problem?
I'm just allowing you to move through ally squares.
Got it. Okay, I'll hold my move until after Sable has done her thing. I'm going to tell Sable, get in there and do something. And Sable's going to get in there.
And do something?
Yeah, Sable's going to get in there and do something.
All right. That's very...
And by something, I mean one of these?
A little bit of... Yeah.
A little bit of Monica?
No.
It's 5 Monica.
5 Monica, okay.
And then I'm going to... Not that far. That far. Hi, Azrin.
Okay.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Excuse me. Oh, just right under. Watch your legs.
Ow, you stepped on my toe.
My bad.
That was a joke. Did you hear all my great jokes from last game, Salem?
I heard several of them.
Specifically the Max trying to make jokes in combat.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's gonna do it for me.
He's descended.
The 317 programming, but even worse somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, because at least Van makes funny jokes. Like, all right, Max's turn. She is going to use her bonus action to. Did she dash? Just kind of get out over here out of the way so that the group can get us around. I believe she also gets. Adrenaline rush. Oh no, you just straight gain a number of temporary hit points. Okay, so she gains 2 temp hit points. I don't think she's currently at 1 hit point. And then she is going to swing about a swing with the longsword. One-handed. Once again, that's too good of a roll, so it hits. Slashes at the zombie for 6. 7. All right. Bella.
Vela's going to try and like creep along towards the corner right next to Mujina and attempt to cast a firebolt at the zombie, if I can somehow get to my character sheet properly. There it is.
It will have cover because you can only see part of it.
Okay, so if that's 15.
I think it's so it'll get a plus. Not like it's gonna matter. It has a terrible armor class, but it'll get a +3 to its armor class.
Okay, I think I would be able to possibly hit that. Let's see.
Yep.
Awesome. Gotta go back to here.
Oh, yeah, in chat where you click where it says firebolt, and then that should roll the damage.
Yeah, I'm using 2 different windows.
What, Windows 10 and Windows 11?
100%. Deal 9 points of damage.
9.
Probably the highest I've actually rolled on firebolt.
That's pretty good damage.
Thank you. And then my little construct's just gonna float up next to Callie and use the help action. I don't know what the hell Callie's gonna do, but let's figure it out.
Usually you have to pick what it's doing the help action for. And like if you're trying to use a help action on an enemy, you technically use it like you have to be in melee range of the enemy.
Oh damn. And it does well. Let me see how much movement this has. I had it up, but it was blocking everything.
Not enough for help action because you have to be adjacent for help actions.
Yeah, I'd have to move it into space. So
into space, space.
I could do something. All right, I'll move it. My construct next to Sable, and that's gonna probably perform a dash action, and then that'll be the end of Vela's turn.
Okay. Azrin. God damn it! I fucking renamed myself and because I left.
I'm gonna move myself, and then I'm going to, punch at a question or two.
Okay.
One of them hits.
I mean, yeah, one of them hits. The second one barely misses, though. Actually, let me double check. Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, the first one will hit for 8. All right.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Because you were the last one to hit it, it's going to swing at you.
Mm-hmm.
20. I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yeah.
For 11 bludgeoning.
I don't like it.
It's like a piece of its nose falls off. Brian. All right. Oh, that. Right. Back up to Callie.
Get to about here. Which puts a lot of crap in between these.
Clickety clackety, clickety clackety.
Oh, it's 5-foot range that ignores. Since I don't feel comfortable shooting through my allies with that many people in the way, I'm going to mark it with Death's Call.
But it doesn't have a phone, so we can't pick up.
I don't know why it's asking me for a level for a cantrip, but which is a DC 14 save. Can't remember what type.
Yep. Well, it says all dying humanoids.
Alternatively, I can mark a number of humanoids within 15 feet for death. Wait, no, 15. If a targeted humanoid is reduced to 0 before the start of my next turn, I gain 1d4 hit points.
Okay.
Mostly because the way we play, dying humanoids doesn't make much sense, because as soon as they're reduced to 0, they're dead. So, which I think is why they put it in 2 different ones.
The question
Doesn't say what. I don't think it says what kind of save it is, though. Wait. Constitution. Okay.
But is it against the second effect? Or is it you roll to save against the first effect, and then the second effect automatically happens? I'm assuming because it doesn't say you have to. It has to make the roll for the secondary effect, the alternative effect, that it just happens.
Oh, gotcha. I feel like the con save would probably still apply. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess that's up to you. It's a bit ambiguous. Yeah, because it doesn't mention the con save again. So I guess as long as it dies before my next turn, I get hit points.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it that. It doesn't have to make a roll.
It just has to stay alive. Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think I have anything as a bonus action, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. Regina.
Is gonna scoot right here. And it's gonna give him one of these.
That's way too high. What are you talking about? Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hurt. No problem.
And then I'm gonna tell Sable to do some stuff.
We established last game that unless you're changing what the directions are, Sable will continue doing what your last directive command was. So if you have, I don't think you have anything else with your bonus action, but
not currently. No.
It saves you from having to keep reissuing the same command.
I'm gonna reposition Sable. Give it one of these.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that'll be it for us.
All right. All right. Max's turn. We've used one of those. I don't know if. God damn it. Stop it. No. All right. Max is going to swing. Will hit. Slashes with his longsword. That's good damage. The negative of people being able to see my screen is that people can watch me be stupid in real time. I don't think he has used, or she, I don't think she has used her action surge. So she's going to use her action surge. Swing again. That'll hit. For another 6. All right, and that'll be it for Max. Bella.
Vela's going to move up next to Azrin and her little homunculus, and then she's going to fire another firebolt.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Hell yeah. Every point matters, I guess.
Yeah. That's what they tell you.
I know. I hear it all the time about one. And then Garasu is going to aid Azrin in their next attack.
Okay.
Okay. I think you have to be, like I was saying, I think you have to be adjacent to the enemy you're trying to assist.
Yes, think of it more like not so much helping as distracting.
I misheard the situation from enemy as ally, so that's my bad. I just moved Garasu next to it.
It took me a bit to figure this out too, and I had a familiar.
All right.
Let me double check. I thought it had said something specific. I would have to read the actual player's handbooks, but yeah, it's fine. All right, so yeah, you'll use the 8 or Garasu will use the 8 action on Azrin. So Azrin's first attack this turn will have advantage.
Cool.
And it is Azrin's turn. Thank goodness for that advantage. Those both hit.
Wow. Okay.
It's a zombie.
I think I also want to bop him a third time.
Okay.
Using a key point.
Sure. All right. You hit it 3 times.
I don't know enough about zombies to have changed my my damage type.
What?
I said I don't think Azrin knows enough about zombies to have changed his damage type.
Probably. Well, yeah, probably not. But it's also not radiant. You can't do radiant damage, so it doesn't matter anyway.
That's it. That's my turn.
Right. You healed yourself, right?
But I will.
Because you have to roll I think it's a D4 per key point spent.
Okay.
Consistency is key. All right, well, considering you were the one that just broke its nose and its toes, I don't know. It's going to swing at you again.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it disadvantage.
Okay.
Bam. Well, I tried.
I mean,
I think it hits me.
Yeah. For 15 damage.
Ugh. I don't like it.
I mean, who would? And that is its turn. So now it's Callie's turn.
Ow.
Your feelings are valid.
Going to move over here. I'm gonna grip my shoulder and look like I'm trying to slap it.
Okay.
As I, from a distance, as I cast First Sigil of Endless Flesh.
Wow. So you actually are going to slap it. That'll hit.
Oh, are we at advantage?
It has an 8 armor class.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's a zombie. Do you remember it has a -2 to its initiative modifier?
Yeah, so my arm sort of like turns into a weird spiky whip with points and shit on it. Let's see, 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Wow, 3.
Oh, wow.
Hang on, that only rolled 1.
Yep.
For some reason.
All
So,
right.
9 total. Not bad.
Right. All right.
Cool. And that's concentration, so I can keep using that next time.
You just reel your arm back in.
As long as I'm continuing with attack action, I can just keep flailing it about, technically. If I miss, I then do have to spend an action to reel it in.
I know, which is so fun. All right.
So creepy.
Yep. You smack it and like its jaw falls off, but it's like, and it's still standing. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Mujina.
You okay, Azrin?
Ow.
I'm gonna scoot over here.
As Callie's arm flies over Magina's head.
Yeah, for two reasons I'm scooting over this direction.
Yeah. Hey, Azrin, how goes?
I'm gonna give you one of these. Blam.
Ooh, very good. I like this.
All right, Callie, you take high-fiving to the extreme. Okay?
Damn it, that would have been a good line to come in on.
You're gonna be okay. And then I'm gonna kind of scoot. Well, you know what? I'll stay right where I'm at.
Callie, you were trying to make them go down low.
Then I'm gonna have one of these.
A whoop-cha and everything?
Whoop-a-cha.
That'll miss.
I'm gonna miss. As a brief, for just a second, every pair of eyes, including the ogres, all turn to the bear. Like,
What was that sound that just came out of it?
Guess that's gonna do it for us.
Okay. Maxi max. All right. Do not fear, I shall kill it. Hiya. And hiya. 9. All right. Shit. Just kidding. Like it slashes at it and like a piece of its abdomen falls off and it's getting lighter. Its armor class is going up actually. Because it's gaining back it's getting back its dexterity because there's less of it to all right, Vela?
Vela's going to cast another firebolt at it. I was just looking at my spells for a second.
That'll hit. All right. Oh, you're like, firebolt comes flying out of your finger, hits it in the chest. It starts like singeing and melting part of the flesh. It's like,
I just imagine the Wizard of Oz, the witch, just melting in a puddle.
I did like just. Blah. All right, yeah, and then it crashes to the ground, and then starts melting into the black goo.
So I was not inherently wrong.
The ground starts cracking. Oh, I forgot to keep shit. There's actually a PDF I'm supposed to look at. Shiza. Too many things open.
What do I roll for scooping?
It's 1d4 per size category. So
2d4.
Yep.
Scooping.
All right. A couple of things are going to happen. You'll get however much that was. I'm looking at the PDF that I had for. All right, so it'll be 5 ounces of the goop. So
Good, we can sell it to Gwyneth Paltrow.
So where it lands, like it cracks the ground, and then the crack will start getting bigger and bigger.
Oh.
There will also be a bunch of stuff and a 15-pound piece of Alcar.
Grab the stuff. We need to go.
Yeah, and then the crack's going to start going the other way, and then it's going to sound. It will always sound exactly like the when the Cave of Wonders starts collapsing in Aladdin.
Ooh, a rabbit. Rabbit for a cloak. Nice. Oh.
Callie might also like the hat.
Yes. Yeah. I need to do a little character maintenance after session because I realize I somehow accidentally have aspects of both Companion of Flesh and Companionship of the Beast.
Oh. Okay.
I'll be dropping Beast because it makes more sense to keep the tattooing shit based on what my character's done.
Right.
So.
Is Beast the one that allows you to have the companion?
The familiar.
Oh. Okay. So you'll pick everything up. Yeah, and the cracks start spreading faster and wider, and the walls start shaking.
So maybe we don't take this passage to the south, and we just head back the way we know how to go. Cool shit! Pick up the cloak, throw it on, and just get the fuck out!
Oh, you're putting the cloak on? Okay.
I was just
Mimic.
rather
No,
than
I'm just
having
kidding.
to step.
No, I'm just kidding.
When I say cloak, I meant cloak her, and it just ate a rabbit. That's why it looked like it was trimmed.
No, I'm just kidding. God, I would never be that full of a dick.
What was taken by somebody so I don't have it?
The
on
cloak.
The cloak.
I literally have not taken anything for the
Yeah,
last.
I was just saying, like, as it fell, I was like, okay, cool, the place is falling down, so I'm like throwing it over my shoulder, not necessarily putting it on, but like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Keep everything in
part.
party. Okay, I was gonna say you can keep everything in party loot and then figure it out after.
Yeah.
I kind of figured what
Okay,
happened.
I'll leave it there and then we'll divide it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're gonna
Just know that that's what you want.
Because you
We're
are
gonna have to
probably
do
not
some
the only one
currency.
carrying it.
Currency conversions anyway, with all the fucking copper pieces and such. So.
At least there's no Electrum. So. Most useless currency in existence.
Could be an ass like on the other side of the planet where I have basically double platinums.
Right. Too hot over there. Technically, it's just as hot over here. Go to the middle of the planet. That's where it's coolest. All right, so you guys are gonna haul ass out.
Polar deserts and all.
Yeah.
Jump on the bear.
Ba-dong, 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 ba-dong.
We're safe over here.
Yeah. When you guys get out of the door through this doorway, you can still hear the shaking and quaking and
Every time I hover over a square,
you hear the AC/DC playing in here, but then when you get out of it, it stops at the doorway essentially. And like last time, after a couple minutes, it's actually once you guys exit, like it collapses, but like a wall appears essentially instead of like partial collapsing or whatever. Like it's just the wall seals up once the dungeon is complete.
So less of a cave in, more of a seal strip.
All right, so
We still have over here to look at.
I'm kind of disappointed that I can't put an X over the whole dungeon part, but bleh.
You can over the door.
No, I would have to switch layers. Hold on. Only because I'm committed to the bit. Oh, no, apparently I can't. Hold on. Oh, let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, it's because it's not on the right layer. Blah. Yeah, the door frame is still there, but yeah, the wall seals up.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can dismantle this doorframe to stop it from happening again.
I can't hear you, Salem.
Oh, I'm looking at the wondrous items to see what the.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
Is it possible to dismantle this doorway? To at least take it down to the floor?
As a mediocre man once said, you can certainly try. Boom! Come for me, Critical Role. I don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding. Matt Mercer's not a mediocre man. I'm sorry, Matt. That was uncalled for.
So you need to stop apologizing until they actually come for you.
Yeah, I know.
We know we've gotten the reach. At least.
I know, because
Hey,
I'm not actually. It's because I'm not actually that kind of a dick that I'm like. It's very much one of those like belittling somebody else to compliment somebody else type of situation, and
right.
I don't want to be that kind of person.
You're great, not a bitch like this guy.
Right, exactly, right. Wow, you're so much nicer looking than her. Okay, that's rude. You can compliment one person without insulting another. Theoretically, yes. It's how would you go about doing it, though?
Is there a crowbar?
Did you say it's made of adamantium?
Yes.
Yes.
The frame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think I might actually have a crowbar.
is it an adamantium plus crowbar?
Madonna.
I mean, the wall
May
is.
I have your crowbar, please?
The wall is made of stone. Like it's so.
We could just chip the frame out and put it in a vault or something.
Just carry it. It's like trying to carry a cabinet.
It's portal portage.
No, you just pull the pieces apart so they're all folded, and then
You can't fold it. It's one piece.
it's one continuous.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no hinges on it. It's the frame itself.
Mhm.
Yeah. With no door, but yeah, it's still a frame. So it's still
more of a, I don't want this to continue happening for these people.
right. No, I got it. I got you.
So
it's
we
just
do whatever we can to assist. See if we can chip it out of the wall.
yeah, it's I don't think anybody's
wall.
strong enough to rip a adamantium door out of a stone wall, though.
Well, I meant after chipping it out, stone can come away.
Yeah.
So that, or we tell Draziel and he comes back with a shit ton of tools and whatever other automatons he has.
If we tell Draziel that there's a door here that needs to be destroyed, he's going to turn this entire place into a parking lot.
I don't see a problem with that.
Crater, but you're not wrong. You get a text from Draziel. I heard that.
I stand by what I said.
Fair. I didn't say you were wrong. I just said I heard it.
Just because it's true doesn't mean you have to say it.
More about, I heard that.
True. Harsh, but true. Okay, so
I mean, we could go investigate the room and then tell Draziel because.
I mean, he's, like.
Kind of a boss?
Well, he's also like 40 some miles away.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so.
With a.
What else?
Caravan.
What else are. Do you have things to chip stone? Like. Smith's tools or.
I have Smith's tools and Tinker tools and Thieves tools. I have a bunch. I don't have Mason's tools. I was looking for those. I don't have.
I can give the wall a tattoo.
Is there any of those tattoos that'll explode?
I mean, I don't have the spell, so no. So,
I mean, you can cast Shatter.
I'm limited on the spells I know, unless somebody has a scroll, and then I can move that into a tattoo.
Let's see what I got.
Love is what I got.
Because my tattoo making follows the same rules as potion production. So.
No, dog is what I've got, and he's gonna have to go because I can't see anything with him here.
I'm trying to think because this is a.
The wall is inorganic. So.
Yeah, because I mean it's feasible.
Hmm?
It's just how much time you guys want to spend trying.
It also depends on how fused the metal is to the stone.
It's also true.
Which is why I wondered if a crowbar could just pull it out with leverage.
Like if it's just sat into they just pressed it into a frame.
Yeah.
The only one with any real bludgeoning damage is you, Azrin.
I know.
But stone has a specific level of toughness, though. Let's do some skill checks.
Azrin the BFF. Oh, they're your best friend forever? No, they're blunt force forever.
I'm a blunt force fighter. That's what I am.
Yeah.
All right. What do I need to do?
Wanted to unbreak the wall, I can help.
Unbreak that wall. Say you love me again. Nope. No. Okay.
No.
Let me check to see if there's anything specific that I said was in here that I'd forgotten about.
Oh, well, I mean, it'd take an hour, but I can make artisan's tools for masonry.
Don't forget the strange mural of fish on the wall.
I don't think I was willing to chip out a mural from the wall, but take out the thing that instant creates dungeons. Yes.
No, I know. I'd forgotten about the mural. The mural is once again just a callback to a prior game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna be that member of the party. I know we're all looking to destroy this wall, right, or this doorway. But hear me out. This ore only comes from what's on the far side of these doors, right?
I was trying to take the doorway so that we have the doorway.
Is there a reason to move it? We can move to it. We have an entire facility that flies or trains. I don't know if it
Well,
flies.
we can tell Draziel. Draziel will consider it. We can't tell Draziel. Draziel will like the door. Also, I like the shiny metal.
I mean, this facility
A giant
could be
chunk
of a
of
lot of
adamantium
use.
would be useful.
We still have one room to check. Someone update Draziel.
Is that
Sure.
the
All right.
hallway on the northeast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go finish what we started. The store is obviously not going anywhere.
I'm trying to look up because like stone has a damage threshold. But I don't have to look it up in the actual DMG. Say you love me again. That song has to be stuck in my head. It's my own fault. I'm not even mad at other people. All right, let me look up the.
Thing I found said stone has an AC of 17.
Yeah, I'm seeing stuff online that says that, but I don't know if. Yeah, stone has an AC of 17. Okay, cool. So it doesn't even give you what the damage threshold of. It just says that it has it. It doesn't say what it is.
Of course.
Right.
Because it's kind of up to you to determine hit points or how much force it can withstand, since it's not like an object, it's a wall. So they're targeting a very small part.
Well, because ships have damage threshold, and it's like Keelboat has 10. I'll just say it's 10. Whatever. You'll just say that if you're you'll be able to chip away at it. It'll take you like 20 minutes with tools and crowbar and but you'll be able to get enough of it out that you can. Because I mean, it's two different materials, so it doesn't matter how. The stone isn't technically interwoven with the adamantium. It's two different densities, so they.
Correct. We're
Like
just trying to chip away
once
at
you,
the
yeah,
stone
once
that
you
makes
probably
it easily
probably once
get-
you got enough of pushing with the crowbar would start, So yeah, well, I'll say 20 minutes, and you will be able to get the adamantium door frame with
Yay.
with runes. It has runes on it. Say you love me again. All right, so were all of you going to do that, or were some of you going to go check out the office while
Splitting
someone?
the party is almost universally bad, so.
Yeah, but you don't know that in character.
I'm not stupid.
That's debatable. Naive,
Statistically.
yes. Stupid, no. Naive, yes.
Almost universally bad at what?
Okay, so Bella's going to go check out the office.
She's probably actually poking bodies that are still there.
Because she's both smart and stupid.
I don't know which section the office is.
It's
The one room we haven't looked in yet.
the area you hadn't gone to.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were going to do.
I mean, while people are attacking the wall. It's something if you want to go check out the office, well.
Yeah, I'm not going to be any fucking use with demolition, so.
Bella's just very bored and go.
I mean, Max will help because he's strong, or she. I need to change the fucking token. But she'll help, smash things. She only has the sword though, so she'll have to take like the pick or hammer or whatever's in the. No, fists wouldn't be able to do enough damage.
Nope.
If only you were a very specific subclass of monk and level 6.
Not level 6 yet.
Yeah, I know. It's the subclass, the Order of the Kraken gets I think it's Siege, so they're at level 6, so their unarmed strikes do double damage versus inanimate objects. Because Krakens get Siege, so all of it follows suit to what Krakens get. All right, so while you three are banging away at that, the other 2.5 are going to go check out the office.
I'm gonna send the bear. It can't take attacks, but maybe it can stand in the way.
I mean, how much damage does its force strikes do?
He's not there to tell it to attack. Unless he tells it to guard.
Punch the wall.
1d8 plus 2, so.
Exactly enough to not do any damage.
Yeah.
It overcomes the threshold, but doesn't do any additional.
Hit anything that tries to hit.
I mean, it could be. You could get a crit.
Yeah. It's
okay.
True.
You make your way to the office. I'll just uncover it so you guys can. Oops, wrong one. All right. A long office with workstations for half a dozen people. The office has been rampaged through, and 4 bodies are strewn across the room. Papers in the room describe some of the research going on in the lab.
Definitely think we should collect any information or papers to go through with it.
like you weren't here. You saw it. Like most of the papers are like just basic memos, and with the company logo on them. But I mean, a lot of stuff's just covered in blood and kind of gunk. You see some stuff on. Sorry, I was gonna have you roll, but I was like, no, it's you will see like there's a board with like formulas and stuff, kind of explaining how they go about synthesizing the goop into kind of it's like the chemical structure of the goop, and then the chemical structure of the alcor, and kind of how they get from A to B.
You said that this is on a board, right?
Yes.
Do our phones have cameras on them?
Yes. There was also there's part of like that's taken up most of it, but you see like a part of on another part of the wall. Written is it says divine convergence / planar synchronicity ?
She has no idea what that means, but she's definitely taking a picture of all of it. Yeah.
Do an active scan.
It's a panorama.
But there's a question mark at the end. There, so you don't have to try to remember what I said or write it down. Yeah, no, you'll be able to take a picture of the frame or of the board.
Are there actually
Stealing the frame
all around?
Okay, two of you were talking. One of you isn't in the room. Shut up, Asmund.
Are like the desks are actually there, right?
They're technically like destroyed though. Like I just like that's where they were placed, but they are broken.
She's gonna loot the rubble and see if there's anything like of note that could be possibly taken.
No, like there's all of the most of the paperwork and computers and stuff have been kind of destroyed. And
okay.
So it's whatever came through here literally rampaged through here and kind of broke everything that it could.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, like I said, like there is some papers, but most of them are just basic, like memos or whatever. It's nothing super spicy. It's just us people that work in offices. It's not a lot of what we like it's super fun, like inventory or order stuff or but most of it is just inventory of what the lab is supposed to have and stuff about like
clean up after yourself in the break room, you pig.
Right.
Don't steal other people's food from the refrigerator.
Right. Don't cook fish in the microwave.
I was just thinking that.
And it's not a problem for me. I don't have a sense of smell, so it's a problem for everybody else.
People that microwave tuna at work need to be kneecapped.
Why the fuck would you like the fish? Not like ground, not ground, like the tuna that you mix with mayo and put on a sandwich, right?
Right.
Like the full fish, not shredded tuna. Yeah, that's weird. I was like, it'd be weirder if they're like, oh, I got this tuna out of a can and I microwave it like a fucking monster.
No, we had somebody at Westgate that used to do that.
Oh, jeez.
Because for some reason they would like microwave canned tuna to put on a cold salad, and I'm like, what fucking planet are you from? Like, what are you eating? Like,
that's gross. Okay, yeah, but that's all you find in there. So yeah, you take a picture, and so let's say probably by the time you're done poking around in there, because you probably were like, all right, do it, and then you're like 5 minutes later, you're like, this is fucking boring. Let's go explore the office. You get in there, you poke around.
Yeah, whatever.
You take a picture. So you're all done.
I would send that picture to like everyone in the group and Draziel, by the way.
Okay.
Stop tagging me in your chain letters, fella.
Group
It's the only
text.
way I know how to text.
And especially with the thing on the wall, divine convergence / planar synchronicity, you're like, God, another one of these stupid religious pamphlets.
Forward this to 10 of your friends, or a dungeon's going to appear in your pantry.
That sounds like a good thing, though.
What was it?
I'm confused what this letter wants.
Reality now.
All right, so you guys will wrap up sealing the door.
That's stealing. It's repurposing.
Yeah, we might end
If
up
anything, it's
turning into plates.
adamantiuming.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck. If you have an advantage, you lose it. You lose your inspiration. You're suddenly less inspired because of that terrible joke. I'm just kidding. You don't lose it.
You have disadvantage on your next.
For the rest of the year. I mean, it's December, so it's really not that big
Yeah,
of a
it's
deal.
not as punishing.
Not as punishing. I mean the year in game, motherfucker. No, it's only like March. Shit.
Also, this planet has a 420-day year.
How you say wah wah. You're the one that actually thought out like fucking
Yeah, I have that ready.
calendar and shit. I'm the one who's just figuring out how the electrical grid in Lothheim works. No big deal. Because one of us is an engineer and the other one's an artist.
Who went down a rabbit hole of
I was looking up like the structure,
astronomy and
right?
dynamics of shit.
I was looking up like the chemical structures of crystals yesterday to figure out how the crystal, like the solar powered crystals, would work. So, and somebody on Twitter is like, you don't have to if they're not going to look like if your game's not chemistry heavy, then it doesn't matter. I'm like, I guess that's fair. Power grid it is though.
Yeah, it has 15 28-day months.
That's rough, buddy.
What was scrawled on the wall there? What was scrawled on the wall in there, or are you shared the picture of it, so we don't have to worry about?
I think it's just
That's the divine convergence.
Yeah,
Planar
synchron. Yeah, which I shared in chat.
Along with chemical.
Oh yeah, the chemical
equations between Alcor and the goop.
Something that the two, well, technically 3 artificers would find interesting.
It sounds like a bad artificer drama. Alcor and the goop. There's a lot of declarative sunglass action happening.
It just reminds me of the video. It's just like doing something, but it's like anime. It's like it was on like Game Changers, where it's like they're playing a game, but they're doing it like an anime. It's like, oh, that pog hasn't been seen in 40 years. Oh, if I slide my thing down, I can prevent it. Oh, it's like, is that an Uno reverse card? It's just the funniest shit ever. Okay, yeah. So you guys will kind of wrap up. You all will wrap up both tasks roughly the same time. Max will, put his shield on his back and sheath his sword and just kind of walk sideways out, like finagling.
Just crab walks with the door in his hands.
Behind! Coming through! All right.
No, you gotta no twist left. No,
Pivot!
go left.
Pivot!
You go left.
Pivot!
Go left, I go
Pivot!
right. Yeah. Okay.
Pivot.
Just put it down.
Pivot. You pivot. You must pivot. We were on a break. Pivot.
Then everybody lets go, and Azrin just glances at the hallway. It's like, okay, move it at all of these angles, and we're out.
Right.
What was so hard about that?
Vela's just completely in the way.
Like trying to help, but
taking notes.
Yeah, like
in the middle of
I got it. Gets trampled over.
Dragged behind.
Max is just carrying both Vela and the two. It's probably very heavy considering. It's like 100-pound door frame.
Yeah.
Probably more considering. All right, so I mean, the alarms are still going off, but you all ignored it. Yeah, that's it. So
we have no idea how to stop those alarms. So
yeah. So you'll head out.
You get very far away.
Just holding up the door. We found a problem.
I mean,
Found the door frame.
they can't put a new dungeon and keep generating dungeons without the gateway.
You did technically both break and enter, so. The break part was a lot more complicated than the entering part, though.
Yes.
And done after the fact.
Yeah. You entered, then broke. You like broke your way out.
Point of clarification, Your Honor. We entered and then broke.
Yeah. So if we're gonna get charged with crimes, make sure you charge us in the right order. Your Honor.
In some planar courts, that will get the case thrown out.
And then Vela's actually quiet the entire time this time.
Yeah, and then the fucking people who I'm defending won't give a shit.
Exactly.
Go off, Calvin.
I'm gonna be bitter about that for a long fucking time. Okay, yeah, you guys, you all take care of business to defeat the Huns, and you leave? You guys are leaving? Okay. Yeah, it's you head out the door, you know, there's still the door caved out. You know, footprints, stompy footprints disappearing into wherever. Make your way back to the Amethyst Glade. With fucking Mac just carrying the fucking door.
Home away from home. Away from home.
Just like on her shoulders. Like brr.
Hopefully it doesn't just generate dungeons wherever it is.
That would be unfortunate for me.
We like leave it laying on the ground, it generates a dungeon, but like
Yeah, right. That's a mine? That's a
like you step, but it
That's a
like alters
cave?
the physics too, so like you enter the dungeon and you're like, what?
Oh god. I didn't even think of that. That would be pretty funny. Now I mean technically doorways are portals. So by default, you are technically thinking with portals. All right, yeah, it takes you, you know, like 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes to get back to the glade. Everything's like it, you know, like it was the day before when you guys showed up. You know, people training and kids running around and learning things, and you know that some of the scouts that were injured are in the medical tent. Yeah, everything's surprisingly chill.
I get the impression that we're largely like there's not a good chance that I'm gonna end up having to do a bunch more work today.
What do you mean?
Because if we're expecting to just kind of be in the Amethyst Glade for the rest of the day, I would go to the medical tent and lend my services.
You can. I mean, you go check it out.
I still have a couple of spell slots left, and I figure it's better to get them back on their feet than to let those go to waste.
See, I mean, that's one of those weird situations. Like, you know, if they take a long rest, then technically they're fully healed. Like,
NPCs don't get a chance to fully rest.
They're
not programmed that way.
Monsters do.
Monsters are
by default non-player characters, and they are allowed to they are allowed to benefit from the effects because undead heal the same way. If you damage a skeleton for 10 points of damage and then come back the next day, it's fully healed because long rest. Because otherwise, monsters wouldn't fucking heal.
So wouldn't they
This
be
is like-
healed by the time we got here?
No, because it hasn't been that long. It's only been like 3 hours at most.
Okay. Well, we can heal them to make them get up faster.
It's as if the system is poorly designed.
Well, it's as if you can expect to apply the same rules to every aspect of the game, and it's just not how it works.
If a long rest apply to everything.
Zombies taking a long rest just makes me that's very amusing to me.
He's just chilling.
It just groans.
Sleepy.
Well, because I mean, if you think about it, it's like cool. There's undead. We'll just fireball it and then come back tomorrow and fireball them again and then run away. Like that would be boring.
Infinite XP farm.
No, because they won't respawn.
True.
So you just show up and do it like, oh, I did 30 points of damage to them. The ones that died. The ones that didn't. Cool. We'll come back tomorrow and try again. Because they're
So
all
why we
dead.
leave the necromancer alive?
Right. No, because they still need bodies to reanimate. So what you need to do is get a meat wagon like Warcraft 3 and a necromancer and one of those little statue things that allows you to increase mana regen. So then you drop the meat wagon drops a corpse, generates a corpse, and then the necromancer animates it, and then you just have a bunch of it's like I played undead in that game or something. To the surprise of no one.
Asmund
viewer
types
at
up
home.
a report to Draziel and sends it.
Okay.
To our viewer at home, we apologize for digging too deep into rules and exposing the giant holes in the fourth wall.
Oh, there is no fourth wall. You guys took the fucking door out of it.
So have to be holes in the fourth wall. Otherwise, how does the audience view?
It's true. They're by default.
If you have no hole, you're just staring at siding all day.
I mean, if you think about it, technically the fourth wall is like, theoretical anyway. Like it's not, or metaphorical. It's like it's not literal.
Fourth wall is the viewer.
Or maybe the real fourth wall are the friends we made along the way.
I was going to make that joke earlier, but I decided not to, and then you go ahead and make it.
You should always make it. It's always a funny joke to me.
I don't make funny
It
jokes.
comes from the stage and how there's only 3
Oh
walls
yeah,
on the stage.
I know why.
I actually never knew that, so thank you.
Yeah, it's because there's
There's 3 walls per stage, and then
That makes sense.
the actors are playing to the 4th wall where the audience is.
That makes so much sense now.
so that's why when you talk to the audience, you're breaking the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
That makes so much sense.
Noob.
Very much so.
I took a theater class, so
I took 1 year of drama, but that was never experienced.
you're dating drama, so
Yeah.
you can tell her. I don't care. She'll chuckle and agree. We both know it.
I have to assume that in my personal life, I probably am the drama.
Am I the drama? I'm not the
Am
drama.
I the drama? No.
You can't be the drama. You're so bland overall. Like,
Okay, you don't see my interactions with my wife.
yeah, but I know you as a person. Like, in your relationship, you could be the drama.
He's the.
But,
I
like-
mean, clearly you're the downbeat half. I mean,
But one
one of us is the drama.
it's true. Yeah, that's true. One of you's the drama. Yeah, obviously it's Curtis. Duh. Which is terrifying. If you
Low
think,
key, subtle ass bitch.
right?
Right.
Which would be kind of terrifying if Curtis was the drama half.
I pour all of my ambition and energy into being Salem.
The best, like no one ever was. Yeah, everything's like I said, everything's going about like normal. You know.
Are we going back to our trainings? So the things that we were working on, can we go back to them?
Yeah, if you want, you can go back to whatever it was.
Or we
you
could
want.
rest for a while and go home. Either way.
Well, you're still waiting for people to make the decisions about who's leaving and who's not.
Mhm.
That's why you were waiting here. That's why you didn't go home immediately.
Putting
And-
Sable back with the kids and going to learn some more animal handling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna practice my
Archery.
armor skills, and
I thought you were practicing archery.
no.
Callie's armor practice is put on a layer of clothing. Okay, hit me. Put on another layer of clothing.
I hate how
I
they.
was trying to, although I realized also with because companionship of the flesh, which is the one I was supposed to have, actually comes with a +1 bonus to AC as well.
Yes.
I just won't have my familiar and find familiar spell anymore. I still have other shit because I'm still secret of the many, but
that's one of the things that I really dislike is that it's like, oh, if you're a caster of any kind and you're wearing armor that you are not proficient in, you cannot cast spells. Any of them.
Don't you know that all forms of gauntlets are
it did
mittens?
specifically say that with witch. It just doesn't like automatically come with
No, it's
caster
not
proficiency,
witch.
but I think because of how they store their spells,
It's
different,
so it is not caster specific. It is if any like it says it under the armor thing.
Mm-hmm.
but,
Like if you were trying to cast spells like in armor that you aren't proficient,
It's
like
too
you can't
heavy.
for
it's
some
too
reason.
awkward to cast.
yeah, because of the
Mm-hmm.
presumably because of somatic components, you can't properly move your body if it's
Mhm.
restrained by armor.
Which is bullshit because isn't that the point of arcane focuses anyway? Like
right is to remove that. Yeah.
some of the
So I should be able to wear armor, and as long as I'm pointing my fucking kunai at you, bitch.
Right. or technically arcane focuses replace the material component, but what if there isn't a material component? Would it then by default replace one of the other components? And like you could talk just fine wearing armor. Like so if it has just the somatic component, couldn't your arcane focus replace the somatic component?
And for me, it would make sense because I'm actually casting the spell when I make the fucking curio, and then I'm just releasing it in combat. So it should just be like the final trigger word or something anyway.
Yeah, it's just a way to nerf.
Also, it just says that you're
casters.
not proficient in. Therefore, that's why I'm trying to gain proficiency.
Right. It's just one of those things that like let's nerf casters for some fucking reason. When all clerics get at least medium armor proficiency. And half of them get
doing the work.
and half of them get fucking heavy armor proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
The title of today's episode is a scathing review of D&D 5th edition rules.
Let's just play 4th edition.
I love the idea of playing 4th edition.
I can't run it because I barely got a handle of 5th edition. I can play the fuck out of 4th edition though.
I think I played modified 3.5 and 5th. So I would be okay-ish with either of those.
I played 2, 3, 3.5, 4, and 5.
Yeah, 4th is the only one that I'm not familiar with.
Never played 4.
Yeah, it's your
I'd roll this
misfit.
like
4th got a lot of hate, but going back and reviewing it in hindsight,
I hope James watches this episode because we've discussed. He's like, I think at some point this week we were talking. It's like I was like, yeah. I was like, I know somebody who likes 4th edition. He's like, oh yeah, who are they? Have I met them? I was like, you could say that I could not be more intimately familiar with this person. Because we've had discussions and he knows how much I love 4th edition. Like, but yeah, you guys can continue training. Any training you want to do. I'll say that'll be with today. That'll be a full day because like before you technically only got like half a day, I think, of training. So with today, that'll be a full 1 day towards the training.
How much focus time is required to gain?
It's supposed to be like an 8-hour day.
Right, but how many?
It is 100 days minus 10 times your intelligence modifier. Like learning languages.
Okay.
so now we're 1 full day.
Yes, you'll have one full day of training.
It feels awkward if it's like a barbarian learning armor or fighting skills or something. But as we've already established.
Well, it's also like some things like see that's the other thing is like that's assuming like it's 100 days if somebody's training you, but it's like what if you're trying to learn on your own? But I mean, like armor, you're like, I'll just wear this. I'll just walk around and get used to wearing this armor.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody to be like, hey, you're walking wrong. Be like, motherfucker, I got hips, dickbag. All right, you don't.
Yeah, right.
Let's not get into this. Don't tell me how to walk.
Says the gnome to the half orc. Like,
right.
I want to assume that animal handling training is like me holding kittens for the first 30 days. But what it really is probably me being put in a fenced area with a goose.
Right.
You said 10 times your mod?
Bigger.
Yeah. So 100 minus 10 times your intelligence modifier.
So 60.
So for some reason, if you're really smart, you can pick up learning armor proficiency faster, I guess.
Guess that makes your body adapt quicker. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect system. What are you talking about? It's like Skyrim.
I feel like it should be different stats for different skills.
I agree. No, 10 out of 10. No critiques.
Like picking up light armor should probably be based on like your dex modifier, which would screw me over in this instance. But
I guess in this situation it'd be based on your
constitution.
Like you're getting proficiency in whatever armor you're not getting proficiency in light armor. You're getting proficiency in leather armor or padded armor, whatever armor you're deciding to work on.
Okay. Is that how the proficiencies work?
Well, otherwise you'd be getting the feat, the like light armor proficiency feat. So it'd be giving you a free feat after 100 days or 60 days. So when you
it's a lot more like old exotic weapon proficiency where you didn't learn exotic weapons, you learned a specific.
Yeah. Because theoretically it would do the same thing with weapons. Because just because you know how to fight with a greatsword doesn't mean you know how to fight with a whip.
Yeah.
I like the idea of somebody knowing, like, being really, really good with a greatsword, but you give them like a great club, and they're like, I don't get it.
I don't get my proficiency bonus technically. Or you could just dip one level into fighter, gain all of these for free.
Or take a feat at the appropriate level gain.
Yeah, which feels like a waste of a feat if you could just learn how to. They just don't want. They just like nerfing wizards. They just don't want wizards to be too powerful. Is the problem.
They're pretty powerful, dude. I don't know. The first few levels kind of suck.
They're super powerful. What are you talking about?
Yeah, trust me, I know. Tazar is
he's not that powerful.
Quite a challenge.
He's not an evocationist.
Oh, yeah, no. I know it. I always know it can be worse.
Yeah. So much worse. I'm terrible at playing offensive wizards. Actually, Salem's the expert in arcane offense because he played a fucking sorcerer. Like, Kagnik was way more
offensively arcane.
Right. I mean, technically, you're not wrong. Kagnik had more offensive capabilities than Thazar. So Thazar just used fucking magic missile out of his wand and magic missile 99% of the time.
See, Koth just fireballed the party.
Yeah, well, he learned from the best.
He did, in fact,
the
learn
worst.
from the worst. What do you mean I could just fireball with my friends in the way? Oh, yeah, they'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be great. Aren't you? They're resistant. No, you're resistant. Oh, whatever. I don't care. Oh, I have a hernia. Oh, I'm an asshole. I'm lawful good.
The important thing is I'm not in there.
That's true. It's very true. Bibbidi boppity bloodshed. Okay, so Callie.
I love how Roll20 set up also, because just to see what it would do, I dropped leather armor into my inventory and it reduced my AC by 2.
Okay. That doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Okay, so Callie's working on whatever specific armor you're working on.
Let's say leather.
Okay. Magina is working on animal handling. Did Vela want to work on any skills or? Because
Pretty sure that she'd probably start working on her like Arcana.
I mean, you're in a druid grove, so if you want to start working on nature,
I mean, I could also do that. I do have a +4 in that.
What level
but
of
well,
expertise?
it's hold on,
Yeah.
1 second. It's you, yeah. It's something that you'd be working on gaining proficiency in. I mean, you probably aren't proficient in nature, but that's what this is working on. It's gaining proficient, getting the X amount of days needed to gain proficiency.
How good at something do you have to be to train somebody else to do it?
You technically have to be proficient.
Can you train somebody and be trained at the same time? I'm assuming no.
No, but for some things you can. So how we did it is in Keenan's game, like while you're traveling, you could be working on languages.
Okay, because I
So-
do have expertise, or not expertise, but proficiency in a lot of the things that maybe Vala doesn't.
Right. So because essentially you can't be, in a lecture learning about quantum physics and then try to also be teaching somebody pottery while taking the
Right.
like it's. So no, you can't be trained and be training. So it's whoever the person training wouldn't get the time theoretically. But it's one of those things that I don't know. It's an imperfect system.
What?
Yeah, I know. You can only get 8 hours of training a day. How about that? So if I was teaching you all quantum physics all for 8 hours, you could all spend it. You all learn, and then if somebody else wanted to teach me pottery for 8 hours for the rest of the day, theoretically that could happen. But
see, I would volunteer to train Vala in Arcana, but I'm currently being chased by a goose. So
an untitled goose.
an untitled goose. He took my keys.
Stomping in the shallots. Just a stupendium playing in the background while this is occurring. What a foul
And
day.
theoretically, training investigation.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
That's right.
there's probably perception. Right? You could. I mean, there's people that are probably doing things that could be justified as teaching you investigation or perception. They're in the same wheelhouse. One is just wisdom, the other is intelligence. It's just a little bit of deductive reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to be working on investigation, you can. You're just playing hide and seek with children. But these kids have been trained in stealth, so it's actually kind of challenging. They're like casting spells and shit. You're like, this is bullshit. You can't turn into a tree. That's. I feel like that's cheating.
How hard is it going to be to find a 5-year-old as he's casting Pass Without Trace on him and his friends?
Right? Turns into a tree. Can't you turn into a moose or something and smell me? No! I'm a goddamn robot!
I am a Teledrum. We do not do that.
So you're saying you're not a transformer?
I promise Sable isn't going to bite any children.
I know. All right, so yeah, just mark down whatever it is you're working on for the rest of the day. And we'll say that Azrin could have been working on it part of yesterday, and Vela would have been working on whatever part of yesterday in game, so that everybody at the end of the day gets one full day towards proficiency in whatever it is you're working on, essentially. Because I don't want to, because Brandon wasn't here for like the 2 games prior, so I don't want to screw him out of some training just because I didn't know personally what he would have been working on. His character would have been working on. So, yeah. So just like the other day, or I guess yesterday, just it'll they'll have lunch. Everybody will kind of separate for lunch and relax. Probably they probably actually won't separate for lunch. Everybody will probably stay in their groups and kind of have discussions while eating lunch about whatever it is, um, that you're working on. So it's a work lunch, and then continue after lunch, and then you go the rest of the day, and then kind of at the end of the day will roll around, and people will start putting everything away, and at some point, because you're the only one with a bow. A blacksmith will walk up to Callie at one point and be like, I see that you are a fan of archery. At least I assume, based on you carrying a bow around.
Yes, I like to prefer to keep to ranged combat. As I, am not terribly sturdy despite my orcish ancestry. And my magic is more effective, mostly at range. But
we all of the archers here prefer to practice in the classical style, but my father was kind of technologically proficient and had been working on stuff before 50 years ago, before we had to escape. And I found a blueprint and had made something and crafted something, but nobody here wanted to use it. So if you would like to have it,
yes, I would love to check out this.
That's
project.
Yes, and he will pull out a compound bow. It's made of metal instead. It's not like carbon fiber, or I don't even really know what compound. I knew like a month ago when I was doing research on this. Looking up the calculations, because I go hard. I go hard in the sauce, so I like looking up calculations for arrow speed and distance and compound bows versus normal bows, and spent like half a day looking into it. So he'll pull out a nice. It's heavier. It's heftier. Like the link will bring you to the bow itself.
Yeah, it's fine.
So that is something that, much like the weapon proficiency, technically you aren't proficient in it, but if you use it, you can become proficient because you already know how to use a type of bow.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just take, practice for you to get used to using a compound bow versus a normal bow.
So essentially, like where I have a weapon proficiency for a short bow, that would sort of cut down the learning curve because I know how to use a regular bow.
Yeah.
Which,
because like I
mostly
said,
based on how Roll20 is doing a bunch of fuckery, I'd actually just like to retcon and do the archery thing instead of the armor. So I can always do a fucking cantrip of protection. I mean, a curio of protection later.
Okay.
Better function the armor would give me anyway. So.
I was going to give this to you last game, but you weren't here, so.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sure. But yeah, let me. I made it, and then just nobody wanted to use it, so because they're more traditional. Nothing wrong with that. It's just for somebody like me, it kind of gets frustrating. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, I will definitely let you know how, once I get the knack of it, how it works out.
Awesome.
In the short term, where if I'm not having proficiency with it, do you want to like lower the damage die, or
no? You just don't get your proficiency. You just don't count your. So it's just straight dex.
All right, so I'll drop something in and then modify it to be that. Probably the longbow makes the most sense.
You should be able to just put it in, as a weapon, and then.
Basically, I'm just gonna go and alter the already existing longbow stats, just to make it easier.
Well, but there is under weapons there is a proficient check thing, so you could have the compound bow as the attack and whatever, and everything in there just click off the proficient.
Mm-hmm.
Because and then it'll just subtract it. It won't add your proficiency to the attack rolls. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Burton?
I'm trying to get it. Okay. Oh, under the weapon section.
Yes, in the actual weapon attacks.
Not the item section.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I was in the wrong section. Okay.
Go figure.
Right, so I'll change everything from there. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, just like the last night, they will, everybody will kind of start shuffling around, and they'll have a big dinner, start cooking, and then, Aaron will once again invite you to sit near her, because she was going to tell you the story this morning, but you were interrupted by that unfortunate event of combat. So kind of after you guys have kind of gotten your food, you're sitting near her, and she will. It is the myth of Dia Non-Dual, the dragon god. So the myth goes that countless years ago, when the third moon was hit by a massive meteor and crashed in a Netrosis, a dragon egg inside of the moon also came crashing down. Dia Non-Dual crashed into the planet and eventually hatched. Dia Non-Dual traveled the world, and it is said that wherever its scales fell off, a new type of dragon was created. After many years, they had grown too big to travel, so they came to what is now called Tir Non Slay, the land you're currently in, and burrowed into the ground to sleep. From the ground, the kobolds sprang up. From the scales of the dragons, the dragonborn are said to have been formed. And from the dragons interacting with the other races, the half-dragons were created. No one knows how long Dia Non-Dual has been asleep, but it is said that anytime there is a rumbling in the ground, that is them snoring. And maybe someday they will awaken again to walk the land they once helped create.
What did you say that the land we're currently occupying is called again? Tier something.
Tier Non. It should be in.
Just have this legend.
Yeah, I'll post it in Discord.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, then we can make notes from there.
Despite working on full time on a computer, I'm not the fastest typist, so.
So close to the correct spelling too.
What? Oh.
Dia Non-Dual.
Oh.
I had a double O instead of a U.
She will finish the story and then finish the food, and I mean it's probably a more, I'm not good at myths and stories, so it's probably a more drawn out, emphatic storytelling, but that's the core of this of the myth for the. Yeah, then it'll be, after dinner time, and you shoot yourself in the foot.
That's my first test shot with it. Whoops, this is way different.
Like hit like
Who shot the goose?
I should have damaged this guy.
Wah wah. The goose gets pissed. Oh no, it's the quackening. Don't worry, old bread man. You will be spared. I thought that's like apparently like a year ago somebody came up with a webcomic or a little clip. It's like some old man like, hey little birdies, you want some bread? To ducks, and then this fucking jacked duck stands out of the water and it's like, do not fear, bread man. You have been good to us. We will remember that. You will be spared. And like the thing is just picks up the old man and then just like countless other just jacked ducks step out of the water. I'm like, shit, okay. Be good to nature, and nature will be good to you. I got it. Yeah, so yeah, that'll kind of wrap up the day. You guys can, you can still hang out and chit chat with people, but dinner's been served and kind of it's into the night routine of people winding down and whatnot.
I'm gonna try to brew up one tattoo to replace mine.
Okay.
What the roll for reduction is?
It's under crafting checks. Yeah. You'd roll on your tattoo proficiency.
So D20 with the gun modifier. Okay.
Yeah, with your proficiency. Yeah, so and that's how long it would. So normal time. A normal 8 hours. So you wouldn't be able to complete it today because that would be putting you past the.
Yeah, I'll get the whatever set up for it. Oh, that's right. I'm saving to buy an alchemy set to make that go more efficiently, or some kind of tool set.
It's not my job to remember. I've been too busy learning engineering. Sorry. All right, so if nobody has any other plans for the night, then you'll be able to take a long rest.
Yes, let us wind down and have fun. Join us me around the campfire. Around the campfire. Trying to differentiate my Creole French from
Around the campfire. Yeehaw. Or something. Suddenly she has a cowboy hat. Nobody knows why.
It's that merchant cap.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you'll have a long rest. It'll be the next day. Eront will actually invite you to talk to you in the morning, like during breakfast. So while you did take care of the immediate problem, we had no idea that there was any kind of facility that close by, and obviously there were people working in it. So I am going to make the executive decision that is too close for us. For us to be, it's too close for us to be, or that the mine is too close to our glade. And there's a chance that something like this will happen again, and you fine adventurers will not be here to help solve the problem. So I have made the decision that we are just going to move the whole glade. Well, not technically the whole glade, but everybody isn't going to move. So today, no training will occur because everybody will be packing. I'm not watching videos on my phone.
I'm not sure what it actually said, but it sounded like you went, everyone will be packing, and then it went, so many things.
Yep.
Yep, all part of the plan. Woo, magic. So today, everybody will be packing up their things, and then tomorrow morning we will actually, as a whole group, venture back to Drakenville Village with you. There are woods in that area that we can take up residence. I'm sure that Reginald will not have an issue with that. Plus, it'll put us closer. I didn't want to move initially because we've been established here, but if it is with that mine and whatever was let out being this close, it feels safer to at least be near the village in case something like this happens again. Yeah. So I appreciate everything you've done. So I would appreciate. I assume you'll still stay around to wait to escort us all back anyway.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't want to come and provide an invitation and then just send your people into danger.
Have fun, bye.
Follow the trail. Yeah, great.
That seems unfortunate for you. Okay, bye.
Out of character, it would be hilarious if the Druid Grove took over the bandit camp.
That would be pretty.
We know of a place that's recently cleared out that you you might be able to do something with.
It'll be easier to just start up a grove anyway. Yeah, I know.
I just think it'd be funny. Step into a wooden keep. It has plant growth and all. It's all trees.
Right. Well, they'd also have to account for that giant crater that's there now.
It would make a very lovely reflecting pool. You know.
This place might be too dangerous due to the mine. Let's move you to a place that was recently turned into a crater.
Yeah, it's a partially excavated cistern. It's fine.
Yeah, they're gonna reflect on why they shouldn't fuck with Drowsio. That's what they're gonna reflect on. No, so the rest of the day will, like the whole day will be people, taking stuff down and packing and getting everything ready for the next day. So it's gonna be I assume you're probably gonna help, but it's gonna be boring overall. Just because it's I don't care how good you are. If you have a whole camp, it's not going to be a 20-minute thing. Especially if the intent is, if it was like a wandering, like a nomad settlement, like it would make sense that they are designed to travel. But this is an established.
None of this is designed to travel.
Yeah, this is an established grove. So, unfortunately she's not high enough to cast the spell Transport Grove. Or glade.
Would some psychedelic mushrooms or herbs help?
No.
Okay.
Nor does she have the spell All Force for One.
Right. Well, this is the Amethyst Glade. If they were Celestials, then it would be the Angel Grove. So. It's more.
Nobody wants to live in Angel Grove.
God, the fucking
Los Angeles.
It'd be terrible. Oh, God damn it! My car got stepped on by a giant monster again. It'd be like living in New York City in general, but also in superhero world, like in the Marvel world or in the DC. Like it'd be like, that was my car. Like when that's in the first Fantastic Four movie, it's like the transmission stick's not gonna be a problem, and he just throws his car at Doom. You're like, that I ain't paid that off yet, Dick. Insurance would be ludicrous. Yeah, so you'll spend the whole day putzing around, helping people out, packing stuff up. They'll have one last. None of the scouts will actually go out because they don't have to go out hunting because the less that they have to carry. So they're going to kind of go. You're going to have a big old feast, essentially, to anything that they kind of don't want to carry with them. They will cook, and so it'll be a big old feast. You'll hear stories of how this guy, wrestled a bear, and then everybody will point out that it was a baby bear, and he's not actually that badass. And he's like, well, it was big to me, all right, so that's what matters. Or how a person went on like a 4-day hunt where they spent the 4 days like tracking this beautiful buck, only for the buck to get away. Or just these kind of fun stories of people that live out in the wilderness, and then everybody will camp down again for the night, and then the next morning everybody will wake up real early, get their tents all situated, and then you guys will head out. I think it said it was 40 miles. So you'll travel, the 23.
Before we set out, I will take the time to create I have a little carved antler compass, like a compass rose.
Okay. I mean, you could have done that the day before.
Yeah. So. It only takes 10 minutes anyway. But it's basically like a curio of travel that'll make us move a little bit faster. Technically, it only affects 5 companions, so it probably won't be as big of a bonus, but it'll make everybody feel a little bit better.
Huh. Okay. So you'll travel it could be argued how many of these barbarians are, elk totem barbarians, and then they get a thing where they can travel further with their group, and
Right.
So they probably travel a little bit more anyway. And then, you guys will be back. I think there's a little, probably around the bandit camp. Anyway, like they'll see all of the carts that had been in the road are gone. And then they'll find a nice place to camp down, and then in the woods.
Always giving them enough time to go raid the bandit camp for all the gear.
Well, when you left to come to the druid glade, you traveled with the people that were going to get back the supplies anyway. So
I'm sure someone will probably point that there was a bandit camp there.
Past tense, very important.
Now it was bandit keep. I feel like
yeah, it's very big.
Yes, there is a keep there that used to be inhabited by bandits.
It was the keep part that was important that you guys misinterpreted.
Right.
Oh, it's like 4 guys. It's just a bandit camp keep. Whatever. Why would you call it a keep? I'm sure it has no significance on the amount of enemies. Yeah, but you'll set up. They'll set up camp, and then you'll have some more food, and then go to sleep, and then the next day head back out. Probably around midday, the group will arrive in Drakenville Village. They made a lot of progress in like the 5 days you were gone, 5-6 days you were gone. There's more buildings have been been repaired, and there's fences for animals, and it's kind of it's creeping out. The repairs have creeped out in a radius from the center of town. The druid, most of them will kind of just stay on the outside of town, and then Erewhon will head into town to talk to Reginald. If you want to update Draziel, or I don't know what you guys want to do.
I mean, we should.
So, you could do that while she's talking to Reginald. Yeah, I mean, Draziel's doing his thing. He's running around fixing shit.
Draziel.
I don't get to wear this often enough. Yeah, what's up?
I point to doorway that Max is carrying.
Did that come with a house or something?
You will want to take a look at this.
Okay. Sure.
Apparently it generates dungeons. Like the Alcor.
Or part of a system to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it later. Tonight. I mean, there's still a whole lot of. I mean, we're making good progress, but there's still a lot of building and repairs.
We will put it in our guild hall then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it later. Other than that, how'd it go? Nobody's dead anymore.
Nope. Things are dead. Not any of us.
I mean, that's what I care about.
Yeah. The denizens of the glade did decide to come with us due to the proximity of their camp to a mine that ended up being a little problematic for them. We went and cleared out the dungeon that was tied to that mine. The doorway that we have here was actually hooked to a wall in that mine's office, and appeared to be a kind of recurring spawn point for dungeons. But we cleared out the dungeon. We shut it down. We got some more ore. Who's got the ore? Somebody's got the ore. Pretty large chunk this time.
Okay.
But because of how close the mine is and what the potential future dangers could be, the Glade decided to come back with us.
Makes sense.
Yep. So we have some new friends and neighbors that are likely going to take up residence outside the village.
Yep. But that's not my problem. But that's cool.
Just reporting.
I know.
Also, I got bit a lot by a goose, and I don't like geese.
You got goosed. No? Okay. Okay. I mean, you're still under contract with Reginald, so I'm sure that whoever you went to talk to will update him about what happened anyway.
But
We'll go check in with him once they've had their meeting. Then we'll see if there's anything we can do specific to help. Otherwise, I'm sure there's plenty of things here that we can lend our services to.
There we go.
makes sense.
See, like peek around Callie.
Hey, what's that? What you got there?
Oh, this is a interesting new to me at least, type of bow based on the design from one of the members of the Grove for me to try out. So far, I've shot myself in the thigh with it because it functions quite a bit different. But I think once I get the neck, it will be good. Also, for anyone interesting, I sorted and categorized the loot. So
Thank
into
you for
quest
that.
items, goods, and consumables, consolidated all the valuables, and made a separate section for apparel.
Much appreciated.
Specifically, Salem apparel. His gay apparel. Ayo. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
I mean, it is all in rabbit fur. It's like my icon.
Apparel by Don Weenow.
You are,
Yeah, that's a new store in my game.
and that's an inspiration point to Magina. I mean, I did kind of set that up, but that was still pretty good.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I'll just take it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so centripetal force converted into forward force. Okay. Yeah, no, that's. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like what threw me off is it's a surprisingly easy draw, so I was, didn't have the tension, but with
Right.
possibility.
because it would disperse it because. Never mind. You're good. Cool. Okay, well, I got shit to fix. Because some of us has to be working.
Just looks over at like a squirrel just sitting there eating a nut.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Right. Well, let's go check in with Aeronaunt and Reginald. See.
After we drop off the door.
Actually, since
Yes.
we're already there, I'm gonna be like, so why aren't you working? But I'm saying to the squirrel, so you're hearing like. So, he says you're supposed to be working. What's going on?
That's supposed to be working. I'm
Oh, is he just?
I'm on my
Is he
legal.
just being
I'm,
just being facetious?
I'm on my legally mandated break. And by break, I mean it's not my job. They came into my house.
Okay, here's some rations. As soon as he starts being all my house, he's just like, yeah, here's some food. Bye.
An indignant squirrel. I was living here.
But saying a ration, everybody else is saying, tails forever.
It's like Kronk. It's like squeak, squeak, squeakum, squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeakum.
Kelly, that didn't look like it went the way you thought it
With
would.
some angry tail swishes.
Right.
What he
Like-
says Lazio came in his place and he's not even supposed to be working. Although he said he was on his break, but then he said it wasn't his job. So, which is it? I said
Squirrel's
go on your break, or it's not your job.
Squirrel's a dick.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna say the squirrel doesn't pay us and Jaziel does. So
I'll
I
Shoot
have
you,
nothing to
squirrel.
say to this matter. Upon here, I'll shoot you, squirrel. Regina's like, hands her gun over to Draziel.
Why would I need your gun?
Because I'm proud of it. I made it for, well, me, but you can use it.
I'm good.
Okay.
Got my own.
I bet you do. And I
Yeah.
bet it's quite nice.
Better than yours.
I mean, I bet
Like I
squirrel
tried
fur-
here.
Squirrel fur probably would be nice for
Very
some
trying.
some sort of warmth charm, maybe.
Squirrel
Starts
runs up.
eyeing
The
the
squirrel just
squirrel.
fucking books it.
Oh shit! I said that to the squirrel.
Yeah, everybody else here's like squeak, 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 squeak.
Squirrel's
like, What the fuck, dude?
Squeak and it just chirp squeak. Oh.
There's also like 4 other squirrels that were like chilling in a tree nearby that also run off.
No, you're cool.
I think you offended them, Callie.
I was I accidentally threatened to turn them into curios.
You also get hit. You also get hit with a couple acorns. You deserved it.
I just smash them in my hand.
But yeah, that's what Trazio's up to. And the squirrels, I guess. But they're dragon squirrels, so they're different. They're lizards. They were lizards the whole time.
So we drop off the door and then go
Yep.
see if their meeting is about done.
Yeah, you'll drop off the door. You'll head back to Reginald. See, this is why I should write down what accents I use for people. Well, see now. You'll see.
I put parentheses and say what like TV or movie character based them loosely on.
Like he sounds like Longhorn Foghorn or Foghorn Leghorn. There we go, Foghorn Leghorn. Well, see now, here. It's all Dragonborn sound that way to me, apparently. Like all kobolds sound the exact same, and all witches sound the exact same. It's weird. I'm consistent at least.
It's like British actors. There's only actually like 12 of them. They just dress differently.
Right.
To convince us there's a full cast.
Yep. I apologize, Tim, if you are in fact a British actor. I did not mean anything offensive by what I said.
No, if he's a British actor, then he's one of the 12 that are employed. Right. So kudos to Tim for having a fucking job, bro.
Better than the
I
damn
loved you in
squirrels.
Sherlock.
Right, unlike squirrels. What, Salem?
I said we loved you in Sherlock. You were great in that.
Right.
Background actor number 5. Yeah.
Exactly. No, that was Jessica and Rita. Oh no, wait, that's Mamo number 5. Never mind. Bringing it back around from the beginning of the session. That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you'll find Reginald. He's still talking a little bit with Erewhon, pleasantly. I mean, they're at like the tables chatting, where all of his planning and stuff is. So they're just chatting. Very shortly, I mean, she'll get up and they'll shake hands and she'll like wave at you guys as she walks off. Well, now, okay. So I hear that I'm going to consider it a pleasant surprise. I'm going to have to write that down, that he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, it's not in there, and it's in here.
Callie's taking the fur-trimmed coat for organizing the loot.
Well, I say a boy. Game's about to be over anyway. What do you? It seems things went both better and worse than I was hoping. But they're closer, and that'll be helpful for us. Because if nothing else, that'll make so the woods to the south. They're gonna set up in the south woods, their grove. So that is I have to keep remembering that this is I'll probably have something for you within the next day or two. So you're free to do whatever you want. Okay. I said almost over, not that it is over. So yeah, you're free to do whatever for the next day, day and a half, and I'll let you know tomorrow night what the plan is for the next mission.
Thank you.
That's fine. I think in the interim, I will help out with the building and excavation efforts then. Whatever.
Yeah, do whatever. I'm technically paying you to adventure. I'm paying him, Draziel, to fix. So if you want to fix, I'm not going to say no, but that is not by any means what I'm paying you for. But I will not.
I mean, I'm not gonna like wear
I will not
myself
complain. I'm not going to complain if you help. So, yeah. If there was nothing else, I need to get back to my work. And then he'll like nod at you and then turn and go back to directing people about updating of where the projects are, progress on different projects and whatnot. So we're gonna end it there for this session. Kind of irritated that Brandon just fucking dipped. Thanks, Tim, and whoever else watched. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't kill anybody, unfortunately.
Whoever else watched Rules Lawyering episode
number whatever episode this is.
10, I think.
Because if I'm running it, it's a Rules Lawyering episode. What have our very particular set of skills, okay? That make me a nightmare for GMs. You're welcome, Curtis. And Salem. And Laura. Shit, that applies to all three of you. It's
Any
funny
player in my game that also allows me to play in their game, it's all
thing. Funny thing is I played in Brandon's game too, so it would apply to him too. But he fucked off. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna end the episode here. Bye.
Bye, Tim.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And now you get to listen to the outro song. And that's the outro song. Yeah.